Arizona bans recording police officers within 8 feet of police activity. So let's just let that sink in. Now, what is police activity? All right. So the bill defines police activity as any law enforcement officer's interaction with citizens, including arrests, questioning anyone that seems suspicious, issuing a summons, or handling anyone officers believed to be emotionally disturbed or disorderly. Now, this bill was passed by, let me ask you, do you think that this governor was a liberal or
Other.
Republican?
Yeah,
All right.
whatever the other choice is.
Yeah. Republican Arizona Governor
Yes.
Doug Ducey. He's obviously making it harder for citizens to basically police the police. Now, here's the thing. I don't know, like, is 8 feet really even that far away? And also, like, my camera, my iPhone 12, it's pretty respectable. So all I gotta do is zoom. I just gotta zoom in. Like, I would prefer to be more than 8 feet away when the police are doing their police work. So this is fine. I'm okay with this.
Do you think Arizona knows that there's that function on? I feel like Arizona, they might in that state probably still be using the Nokia with the snake on it
I remember
because
that. I remember that game.
you don't have to remember it. Just go to Arizona. You don't have to remember it anymore because that's what they're using. Because if you don't understand how cell phones work, like every new model that comes out, they don't care about anything except for the camera. The
Yeah.
cameras are 4K, 10 10 to 100 times zoom. You can get a clear image from a distance away. It's like wearing binoculars. You could watch an entire game just from your cell phone with the zoom. So I don't know what their plan is. I feel like what's gonna happen is we're gonna have situations where cars are now gonna be blocking, or officers may be standing strategically in positions when these things are happening in order to avoid the zoom is what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, that's kind of the only way to do it. I mean, I guess as a deterrent, what they're saying is anyone filming police activity, this is in quotations, by the way, at a close distance, they're going to face up to 30 days in jail, a year of probation, $500 fine, and officers are required to warn anyone filming before they are punished. So, if I'm to understand this, if there's a police officer who is, basically going to let some unarmed, we'll leave the race out of it, but probably black person expire in front of a crowd, they're going to stop what they're doing because I take my camera out. Is this what they're going to do? Because if that's what they're going to do, well, then I'm going to take my camera out so they can stop killing this probably black unarmed person. Because in
Right.
every other scenario, when they were killing this black unarmed person and people had their cameras out, they didn't stop killing this black unarmed person. So if all I have to do is take my camera out, so you can now stop what you're doing to come and tell me, hey man, take out the measuring tape, not 8 feet. You got it,
But
or I'm gonna.
what happens now? No, but
That's what I'm gonna
what
do.
happened? What no, but what happens now if you see or if you think like an officer is doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and you film them and you're within the 8 feet? Who gets charged? Who gets? Do you? Because you can't both get charged. Somebody was doing something wrong, right? So if you got that on film, then you must be not guilty of whatever it is that they're charging with the within the 8 feet, right? Because you caught something where it was wrong.
The other,
But if you charge a person for being within 8 feet, then does the officer get away with what they were doing?
this is what I'm saying. That's my question. Like, what happens with that? What would be evidence? Is it inadmissible? Like, is it something that they can use in a trial? Like, how
Right.
does that work now? Because I'm assuming that's the whole reason they're enacting this law. At the end of the day, bro, it's eight. How are they going to determine what 8 feet is? Like, do they come out with the chalk outline and be like, this is the perimeter? Like, you can't.
Well, you remember the car alarms that used to, like, if you would go too close to the car, they would, you are too close to the vehicle. These are like the first generation car alarms.
Listen, viewing public, if you're wondering why we're still talking about this and it sounds silly, it's because it is.
Yeah.
This whole thing is silly. Like, again, 8 feet. Why not just say you can't tape the cops? Just come out and say it. 8 feet. How like, what if I'm 7.9 inches?
Well, hopefully they have those car alarm sensors and they'll know exactly how far you are. Those things were pretty accurate, I think. I don't know.
Listen, viewing public, I want to know what your thoughts are on this. When you leave a comment, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You leave a comment, we always respond. But you have to admit, even if you're pro blue, this is ridiculous. You
You
have
know
to
what? We're gonna see a lot of cop blocking.
I see what you did there. I
Ah,
see that.
that's what we're gonna see.
But I mean, honestly, this is silly. Like,
Hashtag it.
just come out and say what you want to say. Don't film the cops when they're taking a life, right? Just come out and say it, because that's really what you want to say. 8 feet.
Or don't use the Zoom on your phone.
Say that.
I think that's what they're really trying to do.
This is ridiculous.
Make Zoom illegal.
This is
That's
ridiculous, man.
That's what they're really trying to do. You know, Instagram did it. You know, you can't zoom in.
I'm waiting for a phone company to come out and actually use this to put a spin on how great their camera is. And then, of course, that phone company would have to admit that they're really, pro this and against the 5-0, right? But they could do it. It would work.
Hey, I got a slogan. Whatever the phone is, you could put the phone, insert phone name here. Great from 8.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Hey, hashtag that too. I got 2 hashtags, 1 video.
Before you comment, make sure you hit the sub button. All right, deuces.